Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. Our webinar will begin in just a moment, but we wanted to share this video of John from Zimbabwe talking about his experience teaching in the USA. So here is his story.
I come from Africa, that's Zimbabwe. It's a bit special because it has got a lot to offer in terms of culture. My hometown is in Harare. It's a nice town. It's a town full of people who are very adventurous and a bit innovative. The thing that made me to join EPI was just to see the world, how other people are teaching, what are the other cultures. People here are very loving, kind, to the extent that they can even help you when you don't know them. And it's something that I never expected. I thought I would just be passing by people, they don't even see you. They actually want to know more about myself. If you're teaching in Zimbabwe, when you tell kids, this is what they have to do, they really just have to do what you said. But here in America, you have to encourage them to do it. I didn't think I could be able to manage students, their behavior. You have to motivate to make sure that they are able to do it. But at the end, the amazing part is they are able to do it and they'll be excited to do it. Teaching in US, it has made me to develop especially the use of instruction technology. I've learned a lot. One of the major aspects that I'm going to bring to Zimbabwe is the good part of technology, how it can be innovated into our system, how we can integrate it for the benefit of our kids in schools. Cultural exchange is important because it causes people to understand different backgrounds without even traveling to that country. It also causes people to accept one another, and you actually get to give these young ones an inspiration even to go yonder the borders, to go even and do greater things in other nations.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our informational webinar, Teaching in the USA with Educational Partners International. We are Educational Partners International, but we often call ourselves EPI for short, so I will be calling us that throughout this presentation. My name is Jessica, and I work as a content coordinator for Educational Partners International. I'm from the mountains of North Carolina, and before working with EPI, I taught English. And I'm really excited to be working for a company that combines my passion for education with my passion for cultural exchange. Today, I will be talking about what we do and how you can apply. We also want you to take this opportunity to ask any questions that you have about our program. You can ask them in the comment box and we will answer them throughout the presentation. Please keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about your specific application for privacy reasons. All of those should be emailed to team@teachwithepi.com. So today's webinar is a general introduction to EPI. By the end of this presentation, we hope you will understand our mission and know the benefits both in program and after you leave the United States. So, the first question that most people have is what is EPI? And you can answer this question in a lot of ways, but first and foremost, we are a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers into the US to teach. Officially, EPI is designated as a sponsor for an exchange visitor program. We have become a world leader in cultural exchange, helping hundreds of teachers from around the world to come to the U.S. to teach. Teachers in our program are currently in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. We place teachers in all subjects taught in K 12 schools, so that means not only foreign languages and English as a second language, but also math, science, art, special education, elementary education, and many more. While we work with schools across the southern United States, our home office is in the mountains of North Carolina, which you can see in the photo on your screen. We would love to know where you are from too, so please take the time to tell us in the comments. And wherever you are joining us from, thank you so much for watching. So, in order to understand the importance of U.S. cultural exchange, you may want to know more about its history. Much of the cultural exchange movement in the U.S. was started by Senator J. William Fulbright. He was passionate about strengthening U.S. international relations and saw cultural exchange as a good way to accomplish this. You are probably familiar with his name because he created the Fulbright Program, which is a famous international education scholarship. After creating the Fulbright program, he developed and passed the Fulbright-Hays Act. The purpose of this act was to increase mutual understanding between the people of the United States and the people of other countries. The Fulbright-Hays Act was signed by President John F. Kennedy in 1961 and led to the creation of cultural exchange programs like EPI across the United States. So, EPI offers cultural exchange opportunities specifically for teachers from other countries to come to the United States. Cultural exchange means that our teachers come to the US to share their culture and then return to their home country so that they can share what they have learned about the United States. You will be able to do that through two cultural exchange projects that you will complete every year that you are an EPI teacher. Our program lasts for 3 years. After you have finished the program, you will return to your home country for 2 years. And those 2 years where you go back home are important because that is when you are really going to complete our cultural exchange mission. Of course, we want to help you come to the US to share your culture, but we are also interested in you returning home and sharing your experience in the United States with other people in your home country. That is because EPI believes sharing knowledge across cultures and venues improves understanding among teachers, students, administrators, and members of the communities in which we live. This is the whole reason why we do this program. Your ability to bring your culture to the United States and then take U.S. culture back home with you is what true cultural exchange is about. Exchanging knowledge and information between cultures so that we can understand each other better as a global community. So, what does this kind of cultural exchange look like? Being an EPI teacher means that you will live and teach in the United States, fully immersed in U.S. culture while sharing your culture with your students here. Today, we have a couple of examples of projects our teachers have created to share their culture with their U.S. communities. One of our Jamaican teachers participated in a cultural exchange expo. For the expo, she created a display of Jamaican food, symbols, and attractions. You can also see where one of our teachers from China organized a traditional Chinese New Year's festival. For the event, her students made costumes so that they could put on a parade for the school. The parade gave other classes the opportunity to experience her culture as well. They also performed traditional songs and dances and wore traditional Chinese clothing to celebrate. So, as you can see, we provide many opportunities for you to share your culture with your school here in the United States, and there are many different ways that you can do this. You will have the ability to find what you are truly passionate about and share that with your students. Now that you have more of a background on who we are and what we do, it's time to talk about what benefits you get from participating in our program. So, the most obvious benefit is that you will get to encounter new cultural experiences, experience life in the US, and share your culture with people who would not normally experience it. Your students here may not know very much at all about life in your home country, and you will get to share things with them that they would have never known otherwise. By doing this, you have an opportunity to make a positive impact for students all over the world. Also, one of the most important things that we offer you is personal and professional support during your time here in the United States. We think teacher support is a major part of this whole process and one of the most important things that we do. We are invested in your success, so we are available as a resource for you even after you arrive in the United States. So, let's talk more in depth about the type of support that we offer our teachers. As soon as you are placed in a school, one of our dedicated and trained support team members will contact you to help guide you in the process of moving to the U.S. The relationship between you and the support team is an important one and will continue throughout your time as an EPI teacher. They will be able to provide you with professional development resources as well as one on one instructional and cultural coaching. Over the years, EPI has developed Launcher Classroom, a compilation of professional development resources for teachers that include videos, books, and soon a website. Launcher Classroom covers everything from classroom management and student engagement to lesson planning and classroom activities. As an EPI teacher, you will have free access to all of our professional development resources. At EPI, we understand that American students need the international perspective that teachers like you bring, and we are dedicated in doing all we can to help you deliver it. So, EPI is a program that not only provides benefits while you are here, but also when you return to your home country. The experiences and professional development that you will have while in the United States is something that you will carry with you your whole life. Once you are done with our program, you will be able to go home with a new perspective that will enrich your personal and professional life. Also, participating in this program means that you are now a world educator. You are a teacher who has taught students from multiple countries all over the world. Experiences like these are truly life changing, and you will not be the same kind of teacher that you were before you came here, which we consider to be one of the major benefits of participating in our program. Before we finish talking about the benefits that EPI has to offer, here is what some of our teachers have to say about their time in the United States. Christian from Mexico says, "Coming to the United States to teach has been one of the richest journeys of my life. I have had to overcome some challenges, but EPI has supported me with a yes attitude. It is largely because of EPI that I am now teaching in the US for my second year and always telling people about my great experience here." Alderine from Jamaica says, EPI has provided me with a cultural experience that is enlightening. I have grown personally and professionally. EPI staff are highly professional and cater to the individual needs of their teachers. I recommend EPI to all educators seeking a new and fulfilling experience. To hear more from our teachers, visit our Facebook page. We have posted several videos of our teachers talking about their cultural exchange experiences. We also post teacher stories on our website, teachwithepi.com. Okay, now we will be taking the time to address questions. If you've not submitted yours yet, please ask them now. We will be answering all of your questions in the comments section today. So here are some of the most common questions we get at EPI. Lots of applicants want to know how long the EPI program is, and we are a 3-year program. People also ask, is there an application fee? The answer is no, there is no application or placement fee. There are other costs associated with your application, such as obtaining your diploma or transcripts, but EPI will never charge you an application or a placement fee. Another question we often get is there an age limit? So, no, there is no age limit. As long as you meet our basic requirements, you can join the EPI program regardless of your age. So, some of those requirements are that you are currently teaching with at least 2 years full time teaching experience, you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, and you have advanced English skills. We also have some other questions that have been on our applicants' minds more recently. Most people want to know, is EPI still accepting applications? So, yes, EPI is continuing to accept and process applications. You can apply by visiting our website, teachwithepi.com. For more information about what our application process looks like at this time, please email our admissions team at team@teachwithepi.com. Another question that applicants have is, can I put my application on hold? And yes, you are able to start your application and then later put it on hold if you need to. There is no obligation to continue once you have started. You can then choose to resume your application at a time that is better for you and your personal situation. Finally, our applicants have been wondering, how does EPI support teachers during times of uncertainty or emergencies? So, we always prioritize the safety of our program members and provide support for any situation that may arise while they're in the United States. For example, since the outbreak of COVID-19, we have been monitoring the situation, providing detailed guidance for our teachers, and operating at a normal capacity so that we can be available for all of our program members. Okay, now that you know more about us, the question is EPI right for you? Here we have listed some of the basic requirements for our program. EPI teachers must have a bachelor's degree, have at least 2 years full time teaching experience, be currently teaching, and have advanced English skills. So if that sounds like it applies to you, go to teachwithepi.com and start your application. The first step is to go to our website and select the Apply button. After you answer the eligibility question and click Submit, you will be able to make an account with your email address and start your application. If you have already started the application process, be sure that you are checking your email regularly for updates on your status. In closing, I would like to share this quote from President John F. Kennedy that I feel illustrates the importance of cultural exchange education. If we believe in the ability of people to make an intelligent judgment, they can't do that without the best education. And they can't get the best education without the best teachers. Knowledge is international. Peace is international, indivisible. Much like Kennedy talks about here, at EPI we hope to build a foundation of peace and understanding through global education. That's all for today, everyone. If you're interested in viewing our previous videos or signing up for our upcoming webinars, go to teachwithepi.com/webinars and sign up for our mailing list. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook to learn more about upcoming events as well as to hear more from our current teachers. If you have any more questions, be sure to email us at team@teachwithepi.com. On behalf of everyone at EPI, thanks for joining us and have a great day.